Once upon a time, in a small riverside town, where the rows of red maple trees glow every afternoon, there's a small shoe store nestled under an old oak tree. The owner was an old man named John. Your shop is small. There's just a wooden table, a low chair, and the old shoes lie dormant waiting to be mended. But everyone who passed by stopped looking at him. By the image of him sitting meticulously stitching every stitch with trembling hands and gentle eyes, it's become a familiar part of the town. People tell each other that if one morning Mr. John smiled, all day I suddenly felt better. A rainy afternoon, the sound of the wind outside, and the wooden door softly opened. A young girl walked in, holding her tattered shoes. Her name is Emily. Tired eyes, gaunt face. He looked like he'd just gone through a storm. She put her shoes on the table and sighed. Sir, these shoes are no different than my life now. Tattered chip just don't know how to patch sow heel anymore. John looked at you. Your eyes are still the same. And he smiled softly and warmly for us to see. Sometimes things look broken. It's just that he needs a little patience. Emily. Emily bowed her head, her voice trembling. I lost my job. My lover also left. I've got nothing to believe in. Everything in me is broken now. You didn't say anything. He just took the needle and started stitching up the tattered leather. The sound of needles through the skin echoed in small beats. Column, column, column. That strange sound sounds so peaceful. A moment later, he spoke in a low but soft voice. Emily, you know, tattered like a human? Where does it tear? It means it's been a rough ride. Patching doesn't make it newer, but makes it more durable. Emily listened silently to every word. Outside, the rain is still falling. It doesn't sound as sad as before. When I was young, he continued, I used to think only when everything was perfect, we can be happy. But then I realized, real happiness, it's when we look at what's left, instead of forever regretting what was lost. Emily laughed sadly. If you have nothing to believe, why? He stopped, put the finished shoes on the table, and pushed softly towards her. The tears are fixed. It's still scarred, but it's healed. Look at this, Emily. Even though these shoes were torn, but when I take it out in the rain, it's still covering your feet from the mud. So there's still something to believe in. Emily believes that as long as she's walking, the road will still open. Emily looked at the shoes. There was something in her eyes that had just been sown. A little faith, a little courage, and a little light. That day Emily changed. You wake up early every morning, look in the mirror, and talk quietly to yourself. Get a new job. In the evening she learned more sewing. When she's tired, she walks by an old shoe repair shop, but the yellow light still flashed on his silver hair. And every time I see you, your heart is at peace. Emily came back to the store one day. In your hands are a pair of new shoes carefully wrapped. She put it on the table smiling. My old shoes are still good. I want to give you this pair, to thank the man who helped me mend my life. Mr. John laughed, his eyes sparkled like the late afternoon sun. Thank you, Emily. But I'll keep the old pair, because I believe what has been through the rain and the wind, it's the most precious thing. Many years after John died, found in the box, his little desk, an old piece of paper. It's written in blue ink that the light will enter. Don't be afraid of the cracks in your life. That's where the light comes in. Emily kept the paper for a long time, and from that day on, she started getting shoe patching for the neighborhood kids. Every needle, every line, you're all sewn with gratitude. But when someone asks why, you just smile? Because every stitch, it's a reminder that life can heal. If we stitch one more time, and then in that little riverside town, people keep telling the story of the old man who repaired Mr. John and a young girl named Emily, who has learned to mend his own heart. Life is not always easy. But as long as we believe, I want to stitch up what's broken. There are no shoes. There is no such thing as a broken heart. Some people pass through our life,